Have you seen this chart right here? Take a look. Bitcoin has just entered this legendary Gaussian channel for the first time since 2018. In today's video, I'm going to explain exactly what you need to know because this is a major development. Bitcoin also entered the Gaussian channel in 2014. We will compare that as well. Buckle up. It's going to get serious. If you're new here, my name is Steve. On this channel, we go against the grain, we go against the herd, and we just talk about the facts and the charts. Hit that subscribe button right now. You're going to absolutely love it here. In today's video, we've got a lot going on. I'm going to cover the legendary Gaussian channel, the one that everyone has been craving, and also we're going to talk about the latest with this chart right here. Major developments happening on the daily here, and then we're going to follow it up with what could be coming right around the corner. Before we get too far into it, if you guys like charts and you like facts in the charts and you like charts that really go against the grain and provide a lot of value and knowledge, go follow us on the Twitters right now. Crypto Crew U over on the Twitters. Pause this video, Crypto Crew U on the Twitters. Now, the legendary Gaussian channel. What we see right now is something that we haven't done since 2018. Obviously, when we changed colors from green to red, this was one of the major signals that we called out right here on our channel, because the Gaussian channel has a lot of tricks up its sleeve. The Gaussian channel can give us a lot of clues as to what's coming before the market takes place. For example, a little over a year and a half ago, right here on this channel, we entered the Gaussian channel, and it was May 2021. And we said right here on this channel, when you enter the Gaussian channel, it acts as quicksand, and it's likely we're going to be in there for about a year. Here we are a year and a half later, we're still knee deep in the Gaussian channel. And we didn't just flip a coin and try to decide what to do. Anytime we've entered the Gaussian channel in Bitcoin's entire history, it spends about a year inside of quicksand. And that was the start of the bear market, right? Same thing happened in 2014. Same thing happened even way back in 2011. The Gaussian channel has a lot of tricks up its sleeve. And then we changed from green to red, and we got rejection from the median line. We did the same thing in 2018. We changed from green to red, rejection from the median line, mega crash. In 2014, we changed from green to red, rejection from the median line. It was a mega crash. So right here on this channel at 48K, that's when we called for the mega crash to start. You can see the mega crash continued. And now we've just re-entered the Gaussian channel. We haven't seen this action literally since 2018. And we also had similar action in 2014. So what does it mean? What does this mean for Bitcoin? Because this is a big clue, right? This is a major clue. Also, a little bit later in the video, I'm going to give one of the biggest tips that helped me really succeed. I'm going to give that at the end of the video, so stay tuned for that. But re-entering the Gaussian channel, this is major, right? You can see what happened in 2018 after we had that mega crash, right? Change from green to red, rejection from the median line, mega crash. We spent some time down there consolidating, building our base, and then we broke up here. And you can see in 2014, it was a little bit of a different story, but there are some clues. Let me know if you can see them now. You can see that that's when the mega crash started to happen. We started to build a beautiful base as a textbook base, double bottom. We re-entered the Gaussian channel, and we had a final flush out to retest our base that we've been building for so long. And then the bull run continued, right? The bull run really started at that point. So I want to discuss what I think is happening here, along with some of the clues that we can gather from the previous times. I want to jump into some other charts, and we're going to come back to revisit that and give the latest. Now, this is a major development here that we have on the weekly chart also for Bitcoin, right? We broke out of this trend line, a 2-year trend line. We were covering it here, right here on the channel for a while. This was our pressure cooker. At the same time that we were in our pressure cooker, we had bullish divergence. Bullish divergence, we had a low here and a lower low at the same time that we had a low in our indicators and a higher low in our indicators. Whenever your indicators are not coinciding with price action, it's divergence, right? This happened to be bullish divergence. And we said right here on this channel, even back in November, watch out for this weekly stochastic RSI cross. Happens about every 6 months. It's very bullish. At the same time, we had this bullish divergence. At the same time, we were in this pressure cooker. It was kind of a perfect storm for Bitcoin. And we said, don't be surprised if it rallies up here, right? And simply because in Bitcoin's entire history, this red line has played a critical role in every single bear market. Just the facts. Just the facts. It played a critical role here, a critical role here, even in the COVID crash, a critical role. And right now, it's our resistance, right? And you can see that our candles were big and they're getting smaller as we approach this major level of resistance. You do not want to see smaller candles as you approach resistance. You want to see bigger candles as you approach resistance. This is not the case. You could see week by week, it's getting smaller. That's not a good sign for Bitcoin. And we'll get into some reasons as to what's happening here in a moment, but we've got to cover some more facts. We have to get a clearer picture of what's going on. Now we're on the daily, right? We were on some higher time frames a moment ago. We just talked about previously some bullish divergence that formed over 6 months. Now we're going to talk about some bearish divergence that's forming over the last 2 weeks, right? You can see here, price action made a high, and then it made a higher high, while our indicators made a high and a lower high and another lower high, right? This is not good for the short term. This is not a 6-month bearish divergence. This is like a 2-week bearish divergence, okay? And you can see our indicator, even the stochastic RSI, a high, a lower high, a lower high. You can see what's happening here over the past couple of weeks. We've had some bullishness come into the market and we're showing signs of some sort of short-term reversal. Now, what could that reversal look like? I want to explain it with this chart, and then we'll get back to the legendary Gaussian channel, and we'll do some follow-ups there with my actual take on what's happening. 2015 over here, 2022 over here. In 2015, you can see this yellow line, and there's a red line. When this yellow line crossed through the red line, there was 1, 2, 3 rejections of this yellow line over a long period of time, 3 rejections of this yellow line, and then a final breakthrough. It wasn't a small breakthrough. It was like an explosion breakthrough. A big bullishness came into the market, and it was the first time that we were above this yellow line since way back here, right? So in a long period of time, we held resistance from this yellow line, and when we broke through, it was like a huge explosion. 2022, we're seeing the same action, right? This yellow line crossed through this red line. And once it did, we had 1, 2, 3 rejections from this yellow line. And then we broke through. We didn't just pop our head through, we exploded through, right? A very similar action to what we saw here. Now, what followed was that beautiful base that we had been building month after month after month. It came down to retest that base. This could be in the cards for Bitcoin. Do not be surprised if this happens, and don't be too emotional if it does happen. If it did, this would flush out all the weak hands. This would be a perfect move for Bitcoin because it would take everybody by surprise. And if it did come down to retest its base, everybody would be incredibly bearish, more bearish than you can ever believe. The people are bearish now. Imagine what would happen if Bitcoin actually retested its base. It would be a perfect move for Bitcoin. This is not out of the cards. This is definitely a possibility. More to come on that in a moment. Let's revisit the Gaussian channel, right? The legendary Gaussian channel gives us so many clues. What we know for a fact is that Bitcoin just re-entered the Gaussian channel. That's a fact. Nobody can deny it. And again, we're on the 5-day Gaussian channel, which is the one that's helped us predict a lot of moves well in advance, including the quicksand entering it 1.5 years ago, the 48 mega crash. We just re-entered. So what does it mean, right? What we have to do is look left. When you look left at our previous bear market, 2018, textbook bear market, when we re-entered, there was so much bullishness in Bitcoin back here that prices continue to explode. Now, what we do know, based on a lot of facts in the charts, is that Bitcoin has never resembled the 2018 bear market this entire time, from start to finish. It just hasn't lined up. The fractal patterns haven't lined up, not even close. It's a very, very different market. What we do know is that for months and months and months and months, we've been comparing this mega crash to 2015, 2014. A lot of the fractal patterns line up. Case in point, what we just showed you. This is 2015, breakthrough here, 3 rejections, and then a major breakthrough in price. First time in a very long time. You can see first breakthrough of this yellow line in a very long time, right? It really lines up to 2015. So we have to look for 2015 for clues, not necessarily for answers, but for big clues. What did we do in 2015? Well, 2015, we changed colors, rejection, mega crash, built a beautiful base. It took us a long time. We had an explosion in price up near our previous pivot highs, and that pivot high brought us finally into the Gaussian channel, and it was short-lived. We spent a couple weeks in the Gaussian channel, and then we came back down to crash and retest our base. I tell you that to show you this. Right now, today, we've built a beautiful base, and we finally have some action inside the Gaussian channel, and we've been in here for a little bit, not too long. Do not be surprised if Bitcoin comes to retest its base. That's what it did in 2015. And that would be a move that would shock everybody. That would be a move that would shake out weak hands. And that would be a move that could start our next bull run. Okay, just stating the facts, looking at the facts and being level-headed. Later in the week, there's going to be some major closes on the monthly charts. I have about 7 charts that are going to be game-changing. Make sure you hit that subscribe button right now, and I'm going to jump into the tip that really helped me. So if you didn't already, go over on the Twitters, do yourself a favor. This will be a major win for you. Tons of value, Crypto Crew U on the Twitter. Now, we talked about the Gaussian channel. We talked about what could be happening. I want to give you my perspective of what's helped me so much in life, right? A lot of you guys have been going crazy about these little tips at the end of the videos. I'm going to give you another one here, a banger. This has helped me tremendously. So years ago, this is what it looked like when I wanted to work on a project, right? So I've got my computer, my phone, etc., notebook, and I'm working on a project. Let's say I'm working for a company, or I've always worked for myself for the past, a little over a decade, but regardless, I'm working, right? I'm working, and suddenly I'm working on this project. It's so cool. And then boom, I get a notification on my phone. I open that notification on my phone, and then suddenly I have to respond to this email, and then I have to respond to this message, and then a friend texts me, and then suddenly I open up some social media. I'm down a rabbit hole. 45 minutes later, I'm asking myself, what the hell happened? Okay, let's go back to the project. So I go back to the project. I'm in the zone for the project, and then boom, an alert. I got an email. I got to jump into email. I respond to that. Then I'm responding to another email. Then I'm down some other rabbit hole, and I'm like, oh yeah, the project. And this was a reoccurring thing day after day. And I had to wake up. I had to wake up and completely change the way I'm doing things. And I had to implement some new habits. Life is all about habits. You are your habits, plain and simple. So now when I'm working, I have all of my notifications off. My computer won't make any sound whatsoever. My phone will never ring. My phone will never give me a notification for anything. I literally have all the things off, and I'm focused on a project. And then when I complete that project, then I can reward myself with the next task. And the next task, I'm solely focused on that task. I'm 100% in on that task. That's allowed me to 2x, 3x, 5x, 10x my productivity. The phone is the biggest drug in human history, the most addictive drug in human history. There are all sorts of rabbit holes you can go down, but if you're continuously looking at the notifications coming in, the emails, the text messages, etc., if you just silence everything and you're solely focused on one single task at a time, you can be incredibly dangerous. So for the past handful of years, this is the philosophy I've done, and it's completely changed everything. I want you to try it. Comment down below if you have tried this before or you have experience with it. It's a game changer. Your productivity will go through the roof, and you can say goodbye to all the noise. It's the same approach that I teach everybody in trading. Trading is the same way. There's so many shiny objects. There's so many different rabbit holes you can go down, but you have to focus on one thing, be great at one thing, and then you can go to the next thing and you can be great at that thing. If you have that philosophy with trading as well, it's a game changer. I'll see you right back here in the video. Make sure you hit that subscribe button. I look forward to your comments down below. Peace and love to the fellow underdogs. Do you want to know when to buy and when to sell? Click this video right now.